Yo, can I get in on this? I want another one, two. 1, 2. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming.
This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming.
And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style.
Ja-da-da-ya, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gone investigate an advocate, holding it down.
And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You're smiling in Jed's face.
Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And then there's Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak. She praying for the people, prophesying what she see.
Jed, God got you covered, he's holding you down. He's showing you his favor, his mercy, his power.
So always stay humble, give God your best. Remember you're a man, ain't no S on your chest. You know where help comes from when you're up or you're down. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
Yeah. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around. Keep the real ones around. INA runs deep, keep the real ones around. Keep the real ones around.
Yo, welcome everybody. How y'all doing? This is your host, Jedediah Brown, proud host of Investigating Advocate, where injustice finds no rest. And I'm also the proud commander of what's going to be one of the greatest organizations that have ever been organized for the culture, getting, giving, loving, living, reclaiming our crown. Man, today I'm going to be starting a little early, but I don't plan on being on here long because I got a lot of calls that I got to return and a lot of meetings to have. And I'm going to try to enjoy some part of my day because this has been a very intense and a very unlikable day for me. So the first thing that I want to talk about is this Apostle McNutt. And I don't even want to talk about it in depth because I'm going to be focusing more on what's going on in the war with Dolton on its second day. But Apostle McNutt is the guy who everybody is talking about on the internet, who was seen with what we now understand to be his cousins. And he was basically in a form of discipline and reprimand, explaining to the public that because of the child, he was arrested. It was not as it was presented in the arrest. He made the child apologize. And everybody in the internet world agree that a lot about that video just is weird and it is off. Seems very, very, very sinister, perverted. Doesn't seem usual. It is a video that triggered me in the wee hours of the morning before I even put my feet on the floor to get out of the bed, I was already triggered by the images of the videos and the images of the pictures. And of course, me being me, there was no way that I was going to ignore it. Now, there's a lot of things that have been going on in society that I ain't really necessarily paid attention to or, really looked at in any shape, form, or fashion. But this one right here just kind of sort of hit me different. And I'll end up talking about that more in the days to come. But basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the image of the young man. This is the image of the young man that is on the guy in the picture is Apostle McNutt, or whatever the hell his name is. And then that is his cousin, if I'm not mistaken. His other cousin, the female, is the cousin of the preacher who was acting as a proxy or an adoptive father to the young man, supposedly, because the father, as is confirmed, is incarcerated. And as a father figure, he basically is the male authority in the life of this child. And so basically, I will talk about that in probably the next day or so. Hope that you guys have seen this and you are all doing your thing to keep it alive in the social media world. The social media detectives are definitely hard at work, but I do want to tell you all that we have made positive interaction with the family. We have also made positive interaction with law enforcement of the region, as well as the DA's office. And there are things that are happening and moving behind the scenes that I cannot talk about. There are other individuals who are on the front lines of advocating for this and for the culture is, in fact, monitoring and offering aid and assist from the background, because we want to make sure that this child is safe. And one of the number one goals that we have in this particular situation is not to necessarily jump on any accusation and make it conclusive, because you have the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. But basically, we would like to see this child in an environment where he feels safe enough and covered enough to literally tell what his side of things are, so that we can learn if there's any confirmed abuse, even if it's just mental. And so I'm going to talk about that more in depth in the coming days. But even in the video where everybody is sharing where they was coming in the room at midnight because it was his birthday and they was roughhousing him, it was just a little off for more than one reason. But his hand has been consistently hard on these young boys who have their eyebrows arched, and they literally, it's just too many weird factors that's going on with that case. And so we are involved again, monitoring, offering assistance and aid in the background, and I hopefully will be coming to you guys with some updates in that regard. And that is what I hope to focus on, and that's what I was looking to focus on. And my entire day has been kind of sort of torn between that issue and what I am dubbing as the war with me and the people of the village of Dolton. And it's just a very, very stressful and weighty space to be in. And I'm not having a ton of fun, but whatever. You got to do what's necessary. Now, let's look at this post. I want to share this post that is, I want to share this post that I put up on my Facebook page. And then I'm going to talk about it. I want to explain it because you may not have seen it, so I want to read it to you. This is written by me. I want to formally denounce any support I've given to Clean House 2025 in Dolton. I do not turn on folks. I nuke my traitors. My heart will never recover as this shit hurt my core. But I'm asking everyone not to support any of them because you may not either. I'm going to tell you why I'm definitely bringing the smoke to that whack-ass administration. They definitely tried to play me consistently. I will be sharing a lot of things in the coming days and starting tonight on Investigate and Advocate to hopefully give perspective and evidence. At least Napoleon had the heart to send street people, but Jason House tried to assassinate me from the shadows while smiling. That's some diabolical shit. I've never done anything but support that whack-ass nigga. I see I got some typos in there. I'm declaring war personally. Keanu Belcher is bullshit too. And I'm waiting to see if anyone else is in on it. But someone tell Kamal Woods He has a witness for his case, Keisha McCaskill. I'll support the lesser of the two evils, and anyone else against them, I need to speak to them as soon as possible. It's not a clean house. It's time to burn that bitch down. It's on. Now, this is the post that I put up on my page about 6 hours ago. What? Okay, so basically that's what I wrote, and I wanted to basically kind of sort of explain to you guys what happened and how we've gotten here and what this means and where we're going from here. Um, and I want to try to be as brief as possible, but in the coming days, I'm going to be extremely more informative and more detailed. While I was trying to handle the situation with the young boy, I basically received a call this morning from somebody that is associated that people look. I say this all the time. I have way more friends than I have enemies. There's more people who fuck with me than don't. And a lot of people who are supportive of me, you will never know that they are supportive of me. And that's one of the reasons why I love the song that KS has put up, basically saying this crew, you don't know when they're around. You don't know when the people who actually fuck with me are around. And trust me, everybody can say what they want to say, but my page, if I put anything online, it attracts everybody, people's friends and their enemies. That's one of the reasons why I value the platform that I have built. And I know that I have to be careful how I wield it and use it. But I got a call this morning while we were actively investigating the situation about this young man. And that call was to tell me that basically Jason House had basically attempted to figure out how to get Dolton Politics page shut down. But that call came after I'd already got another call because, as I've already expressed to y'all, that over a year now, we have been in negotiations or in conversations about trying to settle what is my tort claim and lawsuit against the village of Dolton for the retaliation and the civil rights violations that I encountered while fighting and advocating for the community while I was under the leadership of Tiffany Hinyard. And so we've been doing this for over a year, but this isn't my first time. And so a lot of things have just been strange. And so somebody said to me that basically that Mr. House had expressed that he didn't want to settle with me in the amount because he got all these things going on and other stuff. But I'm sitting up there like, what? The amount that we came to, which was so low from what we were going to sue for, was basically coming from their camp. And I thought that it was like, okay, let's get it over with. It ain't about money. Forget all of that. But you would say that to somebody while having me think something, that right there was a huge flag for me. The real issue in it is that we had a lawful, ethical conversation, all four of us. And then when you get off of the phone, your lawyer says something even far lower. And then you like, oh, I don't know what I didn't, nobody told them to do that. And I'm sitting in my mind, ain't no lawyer gonna just do this by themselves. But okay, whatever you say. And so then when you get that, and then it's like, okay, that's fine, it's whatever. And then I get a new call saying he's trying to shut down Dolton Politics page, and the person who runs the Dolton Politics page is not agreeing. It is then my understanding that the next ask was, well, how do we get Jedediah off of it or removed? That to me was diabolical. That is how we ended up in a second day of war where we have literally went away from diplomacy and what would have been positive engagement. Even after a year of dealing with them with that stuff, fighting with all of the cases that they have involved, from Fania to former police chief, to the former police chief Collins, to the funnel cake man, to A lot of stuff that you guys may not know that I still privately and personally advocated for to be concluded and these things to be made whole. Is this working? Damn, it just blanked out on me. I guess I need to restart the screen. Hold on one second. Somebody, can y'all write on there to tell me if this is working or not? Tell me if it's working or not because I don't know. It looks like it's froze. Back to needing to change this equipment. All right, I will restart it and see. Okay, it is working. Okay, thank you. Because I was finna cut it off. I'm glad y'all said something to me. I just was like, man, I'm fighting all this stuff. I know about a lot of the things that's going on in the background. It's all disheartening. It's too much. And it's like, damn. The man didn't even reach out at the transition of Christopher Clark. And he's supposed to be somewhat of a friend or a big brother or a mentor, or somebody to help you understand the political landscape more. I haven't talked to Jason House since he became the mayor outside of him doing that interview. And it's cool. I don't care. I was not actively involved or doing anything in Dolton. I basically moved on. You guys know this. I've been working on Harvey. I've been working on building an organization. I've been doing some amazing stuff. I've been traveling. Dolton has not been on my mind or on my radar. And you just take it for what it is. Still very supportive of everybody else that is now running and aspiring for other offices. Still working to help them as best I can. Kiana Belcher, Stephanie Wiedemann. So it's not, there is no contention. There's no issue. I'm trying to figure out why am I being jacked around and why am I being played with? And so it's cool. I'm going for it and going past it. It don't matter. But when I get a call that you've now tried to take away my voice and a mechanism to get out messages, that hit different than any other thing that's going on. Because you just tried to sneak attack somebody that's only supported you. And for what? And the people who I spoke with, in fact, made it clearly understandable that all he cared about was his reputation. So you didn't want Dolton politics to exist because you don't want to be held accountable, or you don't want things to come out, or you don't want things to be said. But this was okay when it was all against Tiffany Hinyard. There was no problem with Dolton politics existing and the things that was being said. And then somebody calls from the camp to tell me, oh, he's always wanted to see Dolton politics go away. But you only hear this the day after I told y'all that the police chief is literally on paid administrative leave. The hearing is tomorrow. Nobody knew that. So now when I'm able to disseminate that, now he wants to call to get the page removed. Now, mind you, there is not a lot of collaboration amongst all of the moderators, but we are all on the damn team to know what's going on. And then I called to confirm that Mr. House wants the page to be removed, and it checks out. That, for me, ladies and gentlemen, was a stake through the heart. Because why would you need the back door trying to take away my voice? I'm not a singer. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a chef. I'm not any of those things. I'm an advocate. And if you understand, the thing that I depend on the most is my voice. And what I hate for somebody to try to take away is my voice, especially when my fight was to help you get yours. That is how we got to day two. So all these people with all these assumptions of why I'm into it with them today can literally kiss my ass, because I already noticed a thankless service, and motherfuckers who ain't done nothing for themselves got the nerve to try to pontificate and debate about my motive all the time and try to put me on the fucking stand when I fought for them when they wasn't fighting for themselves. And you think that I'm going to take an injustice when I helped y'all to get out of one that you had? You can kiss my ass. And that's why I express the way that I express. I am not disrespectful. I am not mean. I am not chaos. I am not drama. I'm honest, and people don't like the fucking truth, and that's where the statement comes. They just can't handle that shit. And I'm to the point where I am over believing in people and politics and race and party and all this shit because people aren't worth the damn paper that their names be written on. And it has become a consistent theme that over almost two decades of advocacy, I've come to consistently discover. I ain't done nothing wrong towards the people of Dolton. And you might not like my method, but what the fuck do you expect when y'all didn't give me a dime? You didn't show up to march, protest, organize for yourself, and I had to find ways to amplify the voices that you all didn't have, the things that you were saying, so that other people who were outside of the community were not only latch on but participate and pay attention. We raised $10,000 for that man. And that shit came from people majorly outside of the city of Dolton. Go look at the analytics. That didn't even come from them. So how dare the people of Dolton get into a fucking page and think that they gonna debate on my motive and about what this is about. And I'm tired of seeing fighting and you ain't fought a fucking day. Not overwhelmingly. There was no movement in Dolton. And I can say that with my chest up. I literally carried the fight because y'all lost the steam. As a matter of fact, you didn't have none. And I submitted with my whole faith and belief that Tiffany Henyard got another goddamn term if it wasn't for me showing up to that raggedy ass time. And everybody knows it. Everybody says it. But then they want to act like they didn't and they don't. I'm sitting up here over a year with people telling me they don't appreciate you. They don't give a fuck about you. They used you. They played you. They gave you or give you half information. You don't matter to them. And I'm just, oh no, they're busy. They trying to figure it out. Well, they're not supposed to be connected to me like that. This is how government works. Always making excuses until I couldn't make an excuse anymore. Why would you need to call and try to remove the one apparatus that literally carried the communication with a global community to help sustain an effort to help you get your seat? Now you are the mayor and you want Dolton politics gone. And if you can't get that gone, you want to remove me from being able to have my voice? Wow, maybe you're not the man that I thought you was. And the thing that's so absolutely phenomenal about this, I realized we literally are so hypnotized by stupid shit that people didn't even get an understanding of why I'm this way. And they already saying it must be about money. It must be about attention. But it ain't a lot of people. It's only a few. I'm tired of us always arguing and fighting. What? Because where you been, twin? And I'm not somebody who was just saying something, I'll make my case. And when you literally are in this place, I fought for Dolton to get better. I didn't fight for Dolton to change benefactors. And when I heard people say, we need to get rid of all of them. At one point, they was a part of Tiffany's team. I'm like, well, no, people, this, that, and the third. This, that, and the third. That, this, and the third. Tiffany Henyard only won mayor in Dolton because Jason House, instead of supporting then Mayor Mr. Riley Rogers, he decided because he saw Riley was now sick and wounded to go against him. And he then chose to run, but he did it an interesting way. Instead of running to get the seat for himself, he got behind Tiffany Henyard and used his influence in the community to make sure she got the job. That is the only reason that Tiffany Henyard became the mayor. And when everybody want to sit here and tell me, oh, give them time. He just got the seat. He don't know. He got to learn. You must be dumb. He was literally the finance chair. He literally was the senior trustee. And in the final days of the fight, he was voted as mayor pro tem. Don't tell me that that man just came into that and didn't know nothing when every role that he had was the only roles that would justify a smooth transition and an ability to carry the assignment. When Tiffany Henyard was not beneficial as they expected her to be in their plan to put her and prop her up in that seat, they then went against her because she never commanded the respect of the people that they did. Jedediah Brown, you can say what you want, and I might not be your cup of tea, but you will never say that I lie, and you will never say that I don't make sense, and that I cannot fully express and explain my rationale. And don't think I'm mad, I'm passionate. And that's the problem with y'all, because most men in our community ain't doing shit. Women are running every facet of our existence, and y'all don't know what a man looks like when he's fighting for something. I'm fighting for us as a whole. So now let me make it make more sense. After getting them where they are, and I'm trying to watch them govern, I'm hoping that they will help the city recover and get out of the state that we were fighting against. The first issue for me is that when the fight was over, how then are we now comfortable with Andrew Holmes? It is not, don't tell me, oh, we ignore him and we ain't putting him on nothing. No, the only reason why he was taken off that committee was because we raised hell immediately when he was put on it. I know that he's the senior trustee. Don't tell me what cannot be done when you are the mayor, when you can write a document to say, I literally detest his position and call for the governor's office to intervene. Call for the attorney general to intervene. Call for the goddamn state's attorney to intervene. None of that. But they wanted to sit here and sell a bill of goods. Well, what can we do? He got to finish all this term. And y'all buddy, chum laughing. The only reason why they stopped is because everybody said, what the fuck? I'll make my case. But y'all don't want to hear no truth. Because we rather deal with people who smile and make us feel good. We want the Barack Obama effect. You can deport as many people as you want as long as you do it with class and a tuxedo. Don't do it being honest about how you really feel. Because that's the only difference. Niggas just want to feel good. They just want it to look good. That was classic Democratic play. You go behind me, you literally could have just called me and said, I don't want to settle. Let's take this shit to court. I would have been good with that. But then to try to take away my ability to share, oh, you evil. Oh, you one of them. People in Dolton, shut the fuck up. Now get off my screen. Because y'all ain't going to fight for yourself. Y'all ain't going to fight for yourself. And y'all ain't going to do a bitch ass thing. Talking about how wonderful things are. You don't even know what the fuck is going on. Do you know that for the first time in the history of your village, y'all had 10 water main breaks in that last storm? 10. Oh, they trying to do the best they can. They trying to save money. All they did was cut the overtime. They wasn't calling nobody in. The reason why you have 10 water main breaks is because when one break, if you don't fix it, it has a matriculation effect. 9 others break. Guess what that's called? Incompetence. Oh, it's so much better. You can barely get the fuck out your driveway. Come closer. Get this work. I'm trying to figure out how, when the administrator that was leaving was helping them in the last days, gave them everything that they needed for the transition. You go get your friend who is, if I'm not mistaken, a former administrator in a town that's in Indiana. You brought him back so he can get that pension. And he don't know what the fuck he doing. Everything going on right now in that village is amateur. And don't sit here and tell me that y'all ain't got no money. But y'all sure as hell was able to remodel City Hall real well. So when I'm sitting up here looking at them go back and forth with Fania and them on their lawsuit, we broke, we don't got no money. Oh, okay. Some nice goddamn offices in there at City Hall, some nice floors. Obviously, you definitely want to give yourself the team that you trust. Obviously, you definitely want to put some new shit in there and not be in there with the old people. But don't tell me about how you ain't got no money when I've been black my entire life. There's a difference between I ain't got no money and I only got money for what I want to have money for. Stop me. I'm waiting on the Dolton people in the comments to tell me about how I'm wrong. If it was about money, I wouldn't have went from 350 all the way down to 50. And we ain't doing that no more. Because if I take this to court with everything that we have, that village is going to pay me. And I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait forever if I need to. Y'all must be dumb. Do you not see me getting ready to build 30 homes? Did y'all don't even know what deals I done made within the last 24, 48 hours. That money ain't gonna do shit for me. I got a fleet of trucks, bitch. It wasn't about no money, but when you broke, and this is what I love, and I'm gonna quote TD Jakes in it because this is what I'm standing on now. The only people who hate on me are those who ain't doing better than me. I ain't never had a hater for real that's doing better than me. Anybody that opposes me, anybody that I have a problem with, when they are a person that actually got some shit going for themselves, you find that people who got something going for themselves, they rather deal with things on the level of success. It's the fucking idiots, the broke fools who want to fight and bicker and all that extra goofy shit. For example, I just had a whole conversation with Mr. McCaskill, and I've been fighting him for how long now? Man, don't kiss my black ass. Stop talking about it and do it so you can move on to something else. What you talking about? Me. Let me see if I can get a little clarity. Because if you listen real good, you finna get a lot of understanding that you don't have. They getting ready to go on a donated retreat that's costing them somewhat around 20 something. Lied to me in my face. They told me the inauguration, it was free. Why lie? Talking about there wasn't no cost to the inauguration. Why lie? Why even fucking lie about some stupid ass, weak ass, whack ass shit like that? Why lie? Why prop it up to make it look like anything big or better than what it is? It was not free. Why you all got vendors sending you invoices if the inauguration was free? So now I don't even know if the damn retreat is free and truly donated, but I will be for you in it. When you lie to somebody who got your back about little bitty simple things, that shit stings. Because it's like, what be deceptive? Why be deceptive? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if y'all spent $1 million on the goddamn inauguration or $1. Just say it costs minimal. Somebody says, sue them, get your money, and move on to your next project. Again, this is not about money, I'm suing them. That's happening. That's not what this is. I have family members who live in Dolton. I have interest in the Southland. This ain't about no fucking money. I fought for the government to produce. I don't think y'all, man, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. You know what? I've been spending a whole lot of time trying to learn and understand why the property taxes keep going up. I've been asking questions because I just don't understand it. I finally got a footing around it. And I'm trying to tell y'all that the reason why we're suffering is because we got elected leaders who want bullshit. And it's so hard to tell people what, because we just want to nail down on one thing and we miss the bigger picture all the time. Somebody called me today and said, Jedediah, you ain't got to deal with none of this. Just move on. And I said, what? What other reason would I have my gifts and my talents if I'm not going to do them for what God gave them to me for? I'm supposed to get in good trouble. That's literally why I'm here. If I'm not doing what God called me to do, then I die in my sin. And I ain't worthy of being able to survive with the way I want to live. Because I want to do every ratchet fucking thing under the sun. Grace and mercy is only sufficient for me because the gift that God put in this corruptible body, I do my best to help somebody else with it. God give me a little bit more time. When my dick shrivel up, I'll be right up or I'll stand up fully upright before you. I just don't want to go to hell. It ain't about no money. I sat here and raised $10,000 twice with y'all for other people. I'm literally making the case and you telling me to sue them and move on. I just told y'all 10 water main breaks, fucking incompetence, bringing in your friends, fucking up the processes, all the stuff going on in the village is inefficient. The literal lawyer is up there giving y'all this Whoville ass report, but he ain't telling y'all the truth. They only trying to give you all something to make y'all feel good, like it's progress. I'm trying to figure out why y'all sitting up there suing the bank, but y'all not pursuing criminal charges on Lacey or on Tiffany, and y'all blatantly talking about they stole something. It's only an accusation, proven innocent until proven guilty. You mean to tell me that the village of Dolton can have $1.8 million siphoned out of them incorrectly, believe that it's wrong and not pursue a person criminally? Why not? Because it's other people that's going to also have to answer for what is done. This ain't that hard. Somebody stop using the name of God in vain. Shut your dumb ass up. He is a present help in a time of need. He is the father of the fucking righteous and the sinners. He married to the backslider, dummy. Vanity is when it's not in your heart. I love God and fuck you. Y'all don't want somebody to call on God because they real. But y'all got motherfuckers out here calling on God and they out here literally fucking on kids. Shut your stupid ass up. You got whole pastors and pulpits playing in. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about no views or no nothing. I'm not looking for popularity. I'm not looking to get along with everybody. I go for broke for people. And for me, this is my point. You're not going to sit here and basically use people, take advantage of them, play in their face, and treat them subpar. And after they've done all they can do to stand with you, they just go on about their business like they some little goofy bitch or broad. I don't give a fuck what you think about my mouth hole. You ain't gonna move shit. That's why when I speak, shit happens because I'm willing to go where we gotta go by any means necessary. You'll be the dumb bitch applauding by any means necessary. And then when you get an actual example of it, oh my God, I can't handle it. You probably cuss in your life too. Fucking hypocrite. If you don't cuss, you fuck. If you don't fuck, you drink. If you don't drink, you lie. If you don't lie, you stole. You did something. Shut up. As a matter of fact, you don't even gotta watch because you ain't gonna do shit with the information anyway. Then get your weak hearing ass off the line. But right now, this man, I'm on a warpath. And I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. Y'all ain't paying me, financing, or fucking me. But I always got an opinion, and it ain't welcome. Now, shall I continue? I am not looking for y'all to feel good by me because we are literally in the worst state we've ever been across the board. And we got all this weak ass shit going on all over the place. I just said this a little while ago. All these politicians in Illinois, especially the black ones, they go down to Springfield when those cameras are off and they get their asses whooped and handed to them. They get off their camera, come back to the neighborhood and act like they stood on something. And they don't. They played with me. My issue with them is don't sit here and act like y'all want to be resolving issues. Just be upfront and honest with me like I am with y'all. And we can process this any kind of way. Hell, I even went far as to say, motherfucker, just settle it. Give me $100 a month. I don't care about that shit. But it literally is the principle. and not the amount. I lost my baby. I lost Cairo to that fight. That might not mean nothing to you, but that is a pain that resurfaces every now and then because I was connected to my first monkey. I came to Dolton with that $12,000 motherfucker. I went to jail. I literally had people threatening my life. I have images of me on the internet that will never go away. Those are also my fault. But I went harder in the paint for Dolton than Dolton went for itself. I took on the stress of the fight while everybody else played it safe. And I did a lot of it by myself. I paid for every flight by myself. I transferred my car from Texas to Illinois so that I could get around to do what needed to be done for the people. There's tons of people we've aided and assisted off the radar or off of the screen. We've helped people avoid evictions and paid rents and fed people and got people transported, and we did it consistently. That so forth and so on. I gave my best to Dolton. And don't sit here and because I ain't giving you no smile, discount the fact that y'all got a black man that loved this community. The only way we want to make it viable is, oh, he said some nice, eloquent stuff. I could sit on here and not cuss, but that ain't how I feel. It's not how I feel. All I wanted them to do was get in there and do right. Word on the curb is that they've taken trips on taxpayer dime. Y'all don't know about it. We did a FOIA because I told y'all they had a response to Andrew Holmes' family house. Something happened. But guess what? That FOIA been denied pending an investigation. Y'all ain't heard shit about it, though, have you? And we still ain't got the FOIA responded to. The police chief, I'm trying to figure out, is the complaints that's being made about him right? Or are they really trying to remove him because he won't do what they want him to do? This man is the second in command of Litzby. He is the second command of the Illinois Standards and Training Board, the man who holds the police certification of every motherfucker in the state. And this man is now on administrative leave. I stood out in the cold on election day, passing out their materials. Barely even got a motherfucking thank you. Only for y'all to get in there and to play like everything is okay. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. And ain't nobody finna convince me that my rage and my frustration is invalid. When Vivian Allen was fucking with me while I was in Dolton, it was Jason House that called me and said, you just need to overlook that because it's a squad, it's a team, it's a community. We're all going to rise above this when it's all said and done. We're going to collaborate and work together. No big eyes, no little U's. It's going to be wonderful. Leave her alone, Jedediah. Just let her be. I let her be only for her to come back like the motherfucking Crip Creeper and put me in a vicious court battle when then now ain't nobody got shit to say. What about calling her and telling her to stop? Not a motherfucking mumbling word. And I had to inherit that shit and carry that shit by myself. And I can go on and on and on and on and on. The principle of it was simple. If y'all didn't want to settle, that's what you say. Fuck settling, let's go to court. All right, that's cool. It ain't personal. Let's fight it. Let's see what the end gonna be. But don't then turn around and try to sneak me and try to shut down my ability to tell and be transparent about what's going on. Well, Jedediah, why you weren't being transparent before the settlement issue? Because I have literally had to it is a process. At first, you don't want to believe the shit. You don't want to hear the shit. You take it and you process it. Okay, well, they played you on that, or they ain't did that, or they on this, that, and the third, and they doing this. And it's like, okay, let me look. God damn, that checked out. Well, I can't say nothing. That's just one thing. That's just about me. That ain't big enough. Let me look. Oh shit, that's strange. Why they doing that? Oh God, why they do that? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. All right, start taking notes, goddamn it. And you take notes, and you take notes, and you take notes, and you take notes. And that's why I'm telling y'all every day for the next 3 years, I got enough information for y'all. And I'm telling y'all, you can't fake character. It's a whole lot more coming. character flaws, ethic concerns, all kind of shit. And then y'all say, well, you ain't told us nothing. Yeah, I did. One of the reasons why I ain't fucking with the, let me give you something. Let me give you some specific here. I said that. I said, so Jedi, you ain't saying nothing. Y'all say, people gonna say, oh, you gotta remodel City Hall. You gotta update everything. Do you really? Do you really? Because when you yelling, we ain't got no money, and you got all these lawsuits that need to be paid. When you found $30,000 for Lori to do a fucking progress report, but you got people all over the place that literally rolled and strove and drove with you to get this thing resolved. You got, and again, y'all don't know about the fight in the background for Fania. I felt like I was her fucking lawyer eventually. We don't got the money and we ain't this, that, and the third. Well, you just remodeled City Hall like a motherfucker. Okay. Who coming in at what pay? Okay. What's their expertise, skill set? Okay. So now wait a minute. So now the issue is you're going to tell me that the administrator that's in there right now is not doing an efficient job. He was an administrator somewhere else, and he's not doing an efficient job with city service as a city governance. And so you vetted him wrong? Well, damn. And now the person that's second in command of the Illinois Standards and Training Board is on administrative leave. And now motherfuckers saying, well, we didn't even vet him well. And then I go on my thing and say, he's a person with a spotless record. Only to hear he do got spots on his record. But goddamn, let me scratch my head, because when I researched it to double check, no the fuck you don't. So y'all went to that same website that Trina did when she told y'all that Mary Avant was a criminal, but wasn't none of that shit on her real official police file. So who the fuck is doing the research in Dolton City Hall? The police superintendent or chief or whatever the fuck you call it is too vital of a role to play with. And don't tell me people need a chance to get this right. This is pure flat out neglect, negligence, or incompetence. Your lawyer is pissing off everybody in the background. You done been told by Tiffany, you're being told by Jedediah, you're being told by other municipalities. They do this shit on purpose so that they can guarantee their check. And then you call and they're like, well, the mayor just trusts people to do their job. You are the fucking mayor. But when your lawyer is saying something different than you, don't tell me that that ain't good cop, bad cop, because I'm obviously too dumb to know that. Am I making sense? Today's live stream is about my why. Over the next few days, I'm going to start telling you what gets me to the place of denouncing. And they scrambling right now trying to figure out who my sources are. Mary called me today saying, Jedediah, why am I being accused of telling you shit? Because they think you my only friend, because they don't know who the fuck I am, clearly. And it's okay. She was like, Mary said, well, they could, I'm a 75-year-old woman. Call me directly and ask me if I'm telling you stuff. I said, Mary, I could tell you stuff. Clearly was doing it. But that's insulting as fuck. Instead of dealing with me as a man, who telling them stuff, who we need to check. All right, make me mad like Tiffany did, because I got a lot to talk about. For Ruckerville. Y'all talking about all the crisis that the city is in, but y'all still giving all these fucking tax breaks. Incompetence. Everybody getting what they want that was on the friends list that mattered to them, that's useful to them, and everybody else getting played the fuck with. But they literally got to be the most stupidest motherfuckers I ever met. Because why play with a person who literally had your whole fucking back? And do it for no reason at all. Was willing to take crumbs, was willing to basically help with anything that you needed to have help with, and help y'all become efficient where you're deficient. Shit, I would have volunteered and helped their dumb asses shovel that snow. So why I got all these people in my inbox, this is your fault. Motherfucker, I am not there. You told us to do this. Tiffany is so amazing how all these motherfuckers is in my inbox talking about Tiffany's program was on point and we never had these problems and you told us to go this way. Oh, really? Oh, fucking really? Oh, y'all was listening to me. So I feel all those pressures. I feel the pressure of looking at this thing, and I'm sitting up here looking at this, and I'm like, where is the arrest of the murder of the funnel cake man? That is what I was fighting for. Don't tell me that that shit just went away. Where is the fucking arrest? I can go on and on and on and on and on. And there were little bitty things that just stuck out to me that like disappointed the fuck out of me. But I just was like, what? Kiana Belcher, why are you running for commissioner? Because my term limits is up. Huh? Wait a minute. You did such an amazing job fighting, or at least talking back to Tiffany. Why are you running? I can't run for trustee no more. My term limits is up. What the fuck? Oh my God, I hope nobody heard that. Okay, well, do you have anybody that you think would be good to replace you as the trustee in the village of Dolton? Yes, my daughter. What? Shit. I'm hearing the wrong shit. Like, what? Well, what are the qualifications? She's my daughter. All right, you know what? Fuck this. Cue the music. And you hope that you can help people develop to make sense. I'm not fucking crashing out, fighting and all that shit for no. Didn't I just? Oh my God. Oh. So there go your war. Fuck the settlement. Fuck the law. Fuck the case. Let's fight for the next 3 years. Because I want good governance. Somewhere. I dream of it. I'm fighting for it. I believe it can happen. It's got to happen. I'm going to say it again. All I'm telling y'all is my why tonight. But over the next few days, I'm going to tell you what are some of my many unfortunate findings. And this is not about being an amateur. This is about not being for real or being intentional, not knowing how to lead and being complete bullshitters. Riley Rogers said it to me best when I called him and asked him, will you support Jason House? He said he weak as fuck. He said, hell no, he weak as fuck. And he said he a traitor. He waited right till I got sick to stab me in my back. But then Riley, being a politician, saw the way things was going. And then he also said that to me too. They didn't have no steam until you came. They wasn't going to deliver nothing. They can't deliver nothing. Well, damn. And then next thing you know, he's supporting them because there wasn't no other options. The numbers was there. See, I say it again. I don't trade on people. But if you're going to fucking play with me, let's go to hell together. Then Bert Alderson Thomason, send us your evidence so that we can assess the case to determine what we believe is a viable lawsuit. I know you fucking lying. So now y'all wasn't there the whole time. Okay, let me send you something. Let me send you what y'all was a part of. I'm on a warpath. And I ain't saying that Tiffany Henyard didn't deserve the smoke. But I'm saying two things can be true. Maybe they didn't deserve to have next. And I say maybe because, I ain't gonna lie, we are still trying to find a path to avoid and avert a full flat-out war. I'm waiting on PR to write a statement about me because I'm going to obliterate that village from every direction. The moment that there is a response to try to act like this is anything than what it really is, I'm going to put so much tea in so many directions. It'll be a fucking scavenger hunt of who is legit. I'm excited. I'm offended. I'm hurt. I'm mad. I'm insulted, but I'm also excited. And one of the things that I'm very happy about is now I have a total of 7 PR people who said when they strike, we nuke. For y'all that think that people don't fuck with me. And one of them happens to be my best friend who went to work in the campaign, and she literally told me, called me up one day and said to me out her, you know what? She gonna be mad than a motherfucker. But I'm finna put her on the spot. I love you. You are on my live stream, and I just want to ask you one question.
What?
You called me one day while you were sitting in the campaign for somebody in Clean House. What did you call me to tell me?
Oh, they were talking about you.
That they was talking about me?
Yeah, and they said that you were posting something, and you were posting something on social media, and they're like, "Oh, we don't need him to be posting stuff like that. He's gonna mess it up for us." And then they started laughing, and then I was like, "Wait, what about Jedediah?" But that was actually, I'm sorry, no, that's not true. When after I said, I heard your name being mentioned, and then I said, "What about Jedediah?" And then that's what they said that. They were like, "Oh, he's posting stuff and we don't want him posting stuff because it's gonna mess up our campaign."
But you called me to say that they was talking shit about me, and then you heard my name, and then once you asked them, they then went off to the side of the room and kept snickering and talking shit.
Yeah, correct.
And your question to me was, why was I loyal to these people?
Correct.
And they didn't even know that you was my friend.
No, they knew I was your friend.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, they did. They knew.
Oh, goddamn, that's some bullshit. And
I
so
mean, they didn't realize I was listening, I think is the better analysis of that.
they didn't realize you was listening. And so what was my response to you?
You didn't care. You were just like, that's okay. Which I thought was stupid, but whatever.
People talk shit. People have opinions. Like,
Yeah.
I was giving them a pass. Like, I don't care. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Thank
Correct.
you. I love you so much.
You're welcome. I'm gonna call.
I will call you back because I'm still on live.
Okay, bye.
That's called witness testimony. So everybody who want to think that this shit just came out of nowhere, this is one of many calls that I can make. I always just took the shit on the chest. It's cool. I don't care. People gonna talk. People gonna have their opinion. We talk shit about each other. They can't mean it that bad. They this, that, and the third. Always giving motherfuckers a pass and or an excuse. But everybody who I'm having around them calling me like, my man's calling me like, you like, damn, Jedediah, how long did you know these people before you went crazy for them like that? I don't know them. Dude, why the fuck? Man, I don't think don't fuck with them, bro. They know they don't got your best interest. And you talking about hearing that shit over a year. Only hearing that shit for over a year. And I'm just like, I don't care, man. It's cool. When Jason House came on my platform and I said, have I done anything for your city? Oh, yeah, you did a good job of getting to know everybody in the 2-week time frame. That was the biggest fuck you. I'm trying to play politics that I have ever experienced in my life. And I sat there and smiled through and was like, okay, that's cool. Well, thank you. I did get to know everybody in 2 weeks. But I'm sitting in the back of my mind like, you motherfucker. But all right, cool. And then you get off the phone, man. Yeah, everybody know that, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for you, goofy ass. If it wasn't for what you did, we was literally thank you so much. You're motherfucking great. Don't love me in private and play me in public. But again, for all the bitches who want to say it had to be about me, these are things I took on my fucking chest. And I just didn't care because it wasn't about that for me. I literally, we spent so much fucking money on that last shift event. Them motherfuckers had a fucking dance leading them into the event. Didn't really even expect a bitch ass thing. Man, bro, I could just talk so fucking long, but it ain't worth it. But what was the straw for me that broke the camel's back? They tried to take away our space to be connected. They wanted to control information that was disseminated. And if they couldn't take the page, they wanted to at least get me off of it because they didn't want me to be able to tell y'all what the fuck is going on. Because I think it became very abundantly clear in the breakdown of these conversations. I have been paying attention and I'm not happy. I ain't even worried about a fucking settlement, but I'm not happy about the shit that's going on in this village while y'all putting up a facade of Pleasantville. And people are literally coming at me for the lack of efficiency in your job. And I ain't got a bitch ass thing to do with this city. I even offered opportunities to the village of Dolton before I offered them to the village of Harvey. And that was before it was like it is right now. I just was telling them I had friends who could help them build up the tax base. And I wasn't even really trying to be involved. And then I said, I'll invest money, open up a restaurant, try to get you guys some new homes. And they was all like, no, we already got plans. We got investors. We good. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Glad y'all good. I hope everything is great for y'all over there. And I never took it personal. But now that I think about it, that was some bogus ass shit. They didn't even want me to be a part of the development of the building blocks. This man specifically said to me that they was going to make the shift event a staple in the community so people can keep on coming together and enjoy themselves. And my response to them was, and I'll take my hands off of it. I don't need no profit. I'll help y'all do the first few, and you can change the name. And then on top of that, I was even like, damn, we didn't fought to create a movement. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Dolton something. What the fuck was it? It was something of Dolton. The next thing I know, I look up and they came up with some damn Dolton United. And I was like, okay, that's corny, catchy. But what happened to the slogan we had? Or why y'all couldn't even just talk about that? Why we couldn't transition? Well, we just want to have a new face to what's going on. Well, damn, you couldn't talk to the homie? Fuck. I don't care. I don't need credit. But don't just change the shit. It was Dolton Rising. That's exactly what it was. And it was catchy as fuck. Everybody was on that Dolton Rising. It had a fire to it. Next thing I look up, I'm looking at the screen, it's talking Dolton United. I was like, damn, they don't even want to fuck with the hashtag? Okay. And I thought all of this was all right. I thought all of this was normal. I thought all of this was cool. Until I went to fucking Flint and them trustees was like, man, Jedediah, the way you rocking for our city, we rocking with you. They out there fighting the police and everything. I'm like, damn, y'all can do that? Y'all ain't worried about the backlash. They're like, what the fuck you mean? That ain't how we roll in Flint. We roll who roll with us. I was like, so a government official can do this? Y'all can come down and do this like this? It was like, Jedediah, if you people ain't rocking with you the way you rocking with them, why you rocking? And that's when I start coming on and saying, oh, so they didn't have to be playing me the way they was playing me this whole time? And then after that, what happened? Then I go to Harvey. I'm supposed to be fighting him, find out he ain't who people say he is. And then I'm looking at Clark like, man, what the fuck is you talking about? Don't get used to people playing with you like that. You have the back of the city. I got your back. Went on the floor. Now that was a whole nother level. He did this. And then you know what Clark said? Clark said, man, I'm not going to play with what comes in this city. It's going to be quality because this city will be returned to its independence and its strength that if anybody want to run for office, they're going to come through this city and they're going to respect it. That's what Mr. Christopher Clark said to me, sitting at his desk. And he said, I don't care. He said, I don't care about what people got if it ain't going to add to what we trying to send Harvey. He said, but I believe that you do what you say. He said, come with a plan. Make it make sense. Call my homies. They came with a plan. He kicked our asses. We was up in there like, damn, you a smart motherfucker. He was smart as hell. He was hard as hell. He was like, yeah, no, we ain't doing that. Maybe that can happen. What's the time frame? We can maybe have that happen. It needs to go here. And seniors need to be blessed with that. Blah, blah, blah. We was looking like, fuck. And then he was like, but I'm going to give y'all an opportunity, not because I like Jedediah, but because your plan makes sense. And I was looking like, whoa. In Dolton, they didn't even want to see if we had the capability to do it. But here this motherfucker go, well, I don't even know him. And he like, you got the cap, you got y'all under. He literally sat there and said, oh, so you guys really do understand the steps. I'm going to give you a chance. And you better not mess it up. And then this man looked at me and said, Jedediah, you don't need to make any announcement. Build it. Let people see that it's viable. Let them love it. And he said, this is what I want you to know. But I will be standing there to let them know that Jedediah helped make this happen for our community. And I said, you ain't got to do that. They don't got to know I'm associated with it at all. He said, what you hiding for? Stop thinking that that's okay. You doing this for our town, and our town should know it, and we should appreciate you for it. And he literally told me to stop getting used to letting people take advantage, and it lifted off of my shoulders this whole notion that I had to take that kind of treatment. And always in the back of my mind, I said, I know a place when I went to bat for their ass, and they played me like a motherfucking fiddle. But it's okay, because you don't always reap where you sow. Does anybody understand my why? And then they say, we ain't got nothing to do with it. Stop fucking playing with me. The mayor of the village is actually Kiana Belch. She the only one with the balls. And she crushes them and controls them according to her will. Her hoe, she is the pimp. She the mayor. She just don't got the title. I'll tell you how I know that in the coming days. So don't tell me that the real mayor don't know that the figurehead is bullshitting me with this lawyer playing good cop, bad cop, and consistently fucking me over for no reason. I was supposed to do a ride along with the police department. They waited right till the fucking 2 days after all the planning, all the investment, buying the ticket, all this shit. Well, we don't think it's a good idea for you to do a ride along with the police. Okay, cool. It's all right. I ain't even gonna trip. It's all right. It's cool. I was really excited about it. The last thing that people saw was that Riley was a racist. This was a very important project for me. I was hoping that y'all would have trusted me with it. It was really a cool idea that we had. Yeah, we just don't think it's a good idea. You're kind of controversial in that. You've been fighting the police department and blah, blah, blah. How am I fighting the police department? Lacey is gone. What the fuck is y'all talking about? But cool, whatever. For the team. And then 2 days later, well, I told you I'll do an interview with you. I'll do the interview. You want to do the interview? I'll do the interview. All right, it's cool, man. I guess I understand. You knew. You don't want to ruffle no feathers. Just do the interview. Then you get on the interview and softball the fuck out of it. And then I say, did Tiffany steal anything? It's bad. It's real bad. It's real bad. Y'all played me. But it's cool. All these people say it's about me. I take it on the chest. On God. I feel it. I get it. It's whatever. CYA. All these are my reasons. And then I'm sitting up here like, well, wait a minute. Now I'm doing more research. Andrew Holmes is the senior trustee. That means if something unforeseen happened, life is not promised, that man becomes the mayor. So you literally gonna watch us fight tooth and nail. Y'all not gonna put up no real kind of fight. Now y'all buddy, chum. And if something happens, he becomes the mayor pro tem of the city, even if the people will or won't elect him. And y'all ain't gonna do shit. We can't fight right now. We trustees. We can't fight right now. We're candidates. We can't fight right now. We're elected. We're going to get in the seat soon. We can't fight right now because we're in the seat. Y'all ain't trying to fight. Hello? Oh, y'all ready? All right. Can I get 5 minutes? All right. And this is the shit I'm talking about. Now, everybody talking to me. Everybody talking to me because they say, now you finally stop being a dipshit. All of the advocates from Chicago fucked with Tiffany Henyard. I was the only person that stood up with them and for them that fucked with Tiffany Henyard's administration and went against them because I thought that that it was basically the right thing to do. Tyrone was not against them. Teo was not against them. Jamal was not against them. None of the advocates in Chicago was against them. The only people who was fighting back against Tiffany Henyard was Camilla and LaShawn. And that is only because they were fighting for that case where Camille went to jail. And Camille was a friend of Tiffany Henyard, and she was disappointed in the way that the city was being governed under her control and the things that she said prematurely as another elected official. She was disgusted and mortified about it. And when she called to own it, the way she responded, that's the only reason. So that means, let me tell y'all, that means I fought all advocates in the region, and everybody was like, yeah, you're gonna learn, you're gonna find out. It ain't what you think. They ain't no good. They ain't got your back. And I'm saying, man, fuck all y'all what y'all talking about. I got this. And this is where the statement comes in. Two things can be true. Tiffany Henyard might have deserved what she got as it relates to being challenged, but they definitely might not have deserved to be the ones who replaced her. My case today is closed. So if you don't like it, that's between you and God. I have fully explained my why we're here. And I'm going to continue to fight this. And I'm going to see it through until justice is done across the board and wrongs are made right. In the coming weeks, you're going to hear about a lot of wrongs. And there are some shocking and unfortunate wrongs, some nepotism, some favoritism, some cronyism, and some flat out niggerism. And this community is not moving the way that it should, not because it can't, but because of incompetence and because people are not for real trying to get the job done. And I've never been elected, but I fought for government and in government too long. And I've seen this from so many angles. So that give them a motherfucking chance bullshit would only have applied if they had no context or no preparation. That ain't the case. And even in these coming days, I'll prove that too. But I've already said it. Finance chair, mayor pro tem by court appointment, basically the same power, as well as the fact you're the senior trustee. He ain't coming to that blind. So stop giving bullshit. And if you want to have a theme today, let's make this theme for this week coming of Revelation. Let's make this the week of who really runs the village. And why the fire department, you ain't never seen no bunch of white people go, oh, wait a minute. The fire chief that Kiana wants all of a sudden is doing a campaign party for her at his club. Oh, okay. We'll talk about pay to play later. The thing that I want you all to get to or understand is that this week is going to be a simple thing. Who runs the community? I mean, who is the real mayor? And what has been its effect on the village? Since they don't give a fuck about me and they want to fuck over me, I'm going to use every moment that I got in Dolton politics until they're successful in getting it taken down. But when it's taken down or I'm taken out, remember, I told y'all the shit. So it's hard to hear and it's hard to believe and it's hard to swallow. And it may be a lot. But one thing you ain't going to say is I lied. And in the next coming days, if you don't like, believe, or even want to be moved by anything I said today, oh, trust me, one of these files that I got on my phone right now to talk about, eventually your opinion going to run the fuck out with facts. And you're going to understand why I said, I now denounce my support of Clean House 2025. And I would encourage anybody with a little bit of sense not to support any of them in any campaign moving forward. Let all they shit run out and maybe Dalton have a chance. I'll give you guys updates as they come. Have a good night. Peace.
Yo. Can I get in on this? I want another one, two. 1, 2.
I'm sorry. I literally am supposed to be on a phone call. I'll take the 5 questions that I normally take. Let me tell them to please give me a moment. I'm really almost done. Whew, this is finna be a shitty ass week. Wait, no, this week is over. Next week gonna be a shitty week. I didn't realize it's Thursday. I might enjoy my motherfucking weekend and come back with this shit later. 5 questions before I get off the screen. Anybody got anything? I'm trying my best to also find out if Nikita Cloud or Stephanie Wiedemann got any part in the bullshit. So far, I have no evidence. So I'm gonna stand on the fact that they right now are clear. I'm processing it all. I'm trying to figure it out. But I know one thing about my team, I will figure it out. So with that being said, when I say don't support them, Stephanie Wiedemann is not Clean House 2025. She still holds my support. Nikita Cloud is not an elected official nor running for anything. She has been the most responsive and respectful to me throughout my entire time dealing with Dolton. She remains off the hook with me. The rest of them can kiss my ass. So this means war. I hope you was listening, because it's about to get crazy. Any questions? So that was 1 question. 4 more. Hello, any other questions? I got 4 more questions. I got time for 4 questions if there's any. I don't give a fuck about no trolls, no detractors, no rumor mill, no bullshit. Hell. Hey, content creators. I'm gonna help y'all eat again, because I got some fucking tea for y'all. Where is Brittany? What is she saying? Who is Brittany? Brittany is one of the trustees. She kind of don't exist. I don't talk to her. I don't really interact or deal with her. Do you think Harvey will get better? I can only hope. I'm still helping as best I can, but if they keep on fucking around, I'm walk away from that shit too. Is Nate running for any seat? I have no idea. I've not talked to Nate at all. And so the people you stood by stabbed you in the back. They did not stab me in the back alone. They stabbed me in the leg, in the arms, in the eye, in the head, in the mouth, in the nose. They stabbed me in the dick. They stabbed me everywhere they could possibly stab me, because they was trying to kill me because I was no longer useful for them. Such is life and nigga shit. Y'all have a good night.
Yo. Can I get in on this? I want another one, two. 1, 2. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming.
This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming.
And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style.
Ja-da-da-ya, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gone investigate an advocate, holding it down.
And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You're smiling in Jed's face.
Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And then is Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak. She praying for the people, prophesying what she see.
Jed, God got you covered, he's holding you down. He's showing you his favor, his mercy, his power.
So always stay humble, give God your best. Remember you're a man, ain't no S on your chest. You know where help comes from when you're up or you're down. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
Yeah.